Hey guys, we were working on refurbishing this 3640 Sublimation printer. It is a chipless printer that will always show that the ink levels are full even if you do not have ink cartridges in there. And we will be showing you the serial number here a couple times and showing you what was wrong with it and why we will be selling it as is. Okay, so now that we have it on, we're going to go ahead and go into the settings, and here's the ink levels, just showing you that it's always going to show as 100% full with the ink levels. So if you order this printer, we will include 4 100 milliliter bottles of Sublimation ink, and in my office I only had 3 of them, but we will include the black with it, so there will be all 4. And we will also include 4 syringes and needles and 10 pieces of transfer paper as well. Alright, so here's where we were going to go ahead and show why we were selling it as is. So we're going to go ahead and go into the settings and go into print nozzle check, which is going to be that top one, and press that blue button. So with this printer we ended up having a really strong coloring on all of them except for a little bit on the magenta, so that's why we were selling this as is, which we'll show you here. We got a perfect black, all perfect black, and all perfect yellow, all perfect blue, and a really good magenta, and then just a few lines of the magenta were missing. So that was on the final cleaning and the final print nozzle check. So that's why we were selling that one as is. And when you get this and when we're done refurbishing it and everything, I'll clean it and run it with three cleanings of wetter solution. This is just to make sure that it stays in good condition when shipping out to the customers. But we're going to go ahead and show how to do a cleaning for when you get your printer with the actual, to get the wetter solution out with ink cartridges to get a good cleaning going and everything. Okay, so we're going to clear out of that. And then we're going to go ahead and go into printer maintenance and print head cleaning, or you're going to go into settings, I can't remember, and then print head cleaning right there, and proceed. We're going to want to do all colors, so you select all colors and push that blue button down at the end. So you're going to do the cleaning 3 times. Once it finishes the cleaning, we'll give you an option for done or print nozzle check. You're going to click print nozzle check. You'll do that 3 times. You're not going to get a perfect print nozzle even after all your cleanings, but you're going to want to get something that's workable, usable. So you'll clean 3 times. If it's not done, you're going to wait 2 hours and then clean 3 more times. If it's still not good, you're going to wait 12 hours and then repeat the cleaning 3 times, wait 2 hours and clean again 3 times, and then you'll just do this until it's a workable, usable. And like we said again, it's not going to be perfect. That's why we're selling it as is. Alright, and then here's Kevin. I'm going to show you the correct setting using matte paper with the Sublimation. And it's going to show you what it looks like printing out. We'll go ahead and show that afterwards.
Okay, for example, if you want to print this file, the color wheel, you right click and set print. And here I'm just using Windows software. You can use Photoshop, it's the same thing. So I have my printer selected, and I'm going to print on the letter size. And the quality, of course, I want to be high. And here's important. If you have an imperfect nozzle check, you want to select this premium presentation paper matte. And then let me show you a couple of selection I suggest for sublimation printing. So you click options and click printer properties. You want to have a high quality. The matte So first tab, we want this, we want the matte and we want the high quality. Second one, and I suggest you turn off the high speed, but turn on the mirror image, because you're going to flip your paper and transfer to a piece of fabric. And that's all the tricks. Then you go print. And then we'll print, I will say, mismatch between paper types, because you tell the paper to print on matte, but the printer is going to have plain paper in it. Then you just click yes on the printer, and that should start printing.
Here we're going to go ahead and print out that color wheel that Kevin was showing, but we wanted to show you a little trick of sticking a piece of paper or a paper towel or anything that you have inside that little hole right there that just tricks the printer into thinking that the scanner is closed. And we did this that way you guys would be able to see how it's printing out, and just that way you know that it's the same serial number for the printer matching up with what it's printing out. But as you can see that it's looking pretty good. So there's the serial number and there's it printed out. And so as you can remember, we had our black, blue, yellow, and our red is what was missing. But you can see here that there's no missing lines or missing breaks in the red. So that's really good. And here again, just coming to show that it's still printing out really nice. I just accidentally messed up the size of the page that it's printing on. But there we go, we got full colors, really no breaks in anything. And then Kevin will come again, and he's going to come back on here and show you how about the printer drives and not updating firmware.
Okay guys, this is Kevin. When you get a printer, you need to install the driver. So just Google search for WF3640 driver, and make sure you go to Epson.com, not spam website. For example, drivers-epson.com, that's a spam website. Don't go there. Make sure this is Epson.com. Go to 3640 and go to downloads, and you're going to see the drivers and utility combo and the firmware version. Never update the firmware. Okay, and also you need to disable the firmware automatic update. Let me see. If you update the firmware, your printer will not work anymore. If you one day if you wake up and your printer asking for cartridges, that means you updated the firmware. Okay, let me show you how to install and without updating the firmware. So we go to drivers and utility. Okay, this one. So we don't never touch the firmware. Okay, so to install, say yes. Okay. Accept, and see here, do not allow the Windows to unblock Epson, and do not install the user guide. So install. Okay, so you go to you find your printer, right click, say printing preferences. In the preferences, go to maintenance tab, and you're going to see a software update. Click the software update and click yes. And after it runs, you can see it's trying to update your firmware, and do not do install, and click auto update settings, and interval to check, select never, and say OK, and then just close this window, exit. Do not click install 4 item. If you do the install 4 items, it will update your firmware. You can update other things, but not the firmware. Okay, that's all the tricks.